Good evening, everybody. 10 past, late, as always. I do apologise. I've had a little bit of I've had a bit of a problem with YouTube again. I seem to be having a lot of problem with YouTube recently. It doesn't seem to like it when I'm trying to go live. It seems to crash on me. Hopefully a few of you are around. So I've got a new stand. So we're going to see what the new stand is like. If it becomes a bit of a problem, this new stand, because I'm not holding out much hope for it, we're going to swap it. But as you can see, how's my week? My week's been good, actually, Rudolph. How about you? It's been a busy week, or it still is a busy week. So if this new stand becomes a bit of a problem, already I can feel it slipping down. I'm going to swap it out. So let's just try tapping and see what happens. See if it's moving at all. It's it looked a super duper super bracket, super stand, and I was really happy with it when it came. And then actually now I've come to use it, it's not that great, but we'll see. There's always something at the TheStoneRanger. Last week we weren't allowed comments. YouTube shut me off, so we're running late, and now we've got a dodgy stand. So it's just all part of it, I think, isn't it now? So I've not had a bad week at all so far, as it's Wednesday. It's busy. I've actually been making YouTube videos for another channel. So I make stuff for work. So I've been making videos for tree planting this afternoon, as well as getting prepped for building a bridge in a local forest at the weekend. Tomorrow I'm working on a chainsaw all day. So let's have a look. Getting some woodworking done and then tweaked my back, so I haven't been able to do much. Yeah, that's not a good start. And you're only just back in the workshop. So that is not good. That is not a good start at all. I've got a couple of jobs going on in the background as well as this. I'm doing a couple of pet memorials. Well, I sold my stag. That happened as well. So I'm going to deliver that hopefully tomorrow. Somebody local is having it, which is nice. So the stag has been sold. Tonight is a Nordic-themed Viking warrior. Should we call him a warrior? It looks a bit like a warrior. It's simple carving, which I've been wanting to do. This will go up for sale, not for a lot. And it's cold here again, so it's weirdly it's about, so it's going to be another minus tonight, probably -2. Decent frost on the car in the morning, but then tomorrow it's meant to be going to 13 degrees, so that's quite exciting. I'm on the chainsaw all day tomorrow. We've not broke the 10,000 mark just yet this week. We've made it to, I think we are 150 away, maybe 152, I think. Kay says hi. Hello, Kay. So there's been some nice jobs coming this week since carving the Rudolph. I turn a lot of them down, truth be told. I only select the ones for people I know I struggle to turn them down for. I always say yes to them, but there's a few what I do really look forward to do, and one I'm really looking forward to doing coming up soon is a Highland cow in the same style, really, as the stag. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be nice. Evening, Ryan. Carving looks great. Notice you warm the chisels up on the fire. Yeah, so 152 to go, and then we'll hit that target. So we are getting there. I was going to bring the electric counter in, but I think we're still a decent way off that we don't need the counter just yet. But maybe next week. Maybe next week is the week. Got it painted today. Well, I'll keep an eye out on that on Instagram for that. I noticed you'd started doing a couple of numbers as well. Brooke is here. Brooke is here, and Brooke says hi. Good evening. Maybe it's not evening where you are. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. Whichever one it is where you are. I feel like I've done a lot of filming today. A lot of video work today. Lots of editing, lots of filming. Messed up before. I didn't notice that. It didn't look too bad. It's night also. So whereabouts are you, Brooke? I didn't think it looked too bad from the photo. I didn't have a good look, but it didn't look too bad at all on the photo. It's the top corner. It looked like it'd gone a little bit too wide. Could you not just widen it all out? Was it for a customer? England. Well, I'm in England as well, so that's why it's night time as well. Whereabouts in England? Might have to work on the small hammer a little bit this evening. Nasty chip. Oh, okay. So this looks like very simple at the minute, but I'm hoping. I think Wales. Okay, well. So yeah, this looks very simple, but I'm hoping it'll just come across as quite, well, it is very simple, that's the thing. But I'm hoping by the time I've carved it, got a little bit depth in there, a bit of a shadow mark, I'm hoping it'll come across quite nice. And then hopefully we'll get maybe £25 for it. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? By the time we've put a little chamfer on it and cleaned it. If we get £25 for it, I think it'll make a nice little carving. It's just a piece of stone I had lying around left over. I've marked it up. I'm marking up a couple. So I've got the big one. I've got a couple of big ones behind me. What I'm working on is pet memorials. Then I've got this Highland cow one I'm working on. So this is just something in between. Highland cow's taking some prepping actually, but I'm really excited to carve it out. I think it'll look great when it's done. from the coffee company, the True Start Coffee Company, but I need to shape the stone, so it's I've not got my shaping stuff here. Let's have a look here. So on your shorts, you are making a couple more stags. You definitely have to message you. Sending one to Alaska. Yeah, well, maybe let's price it up, weigh it up, and we'll price it. First commission for a random person. That's always exciting. That's really exciting. So I am going to make a couple more stags, actually. Just because I put some effort into making the template for them. They've gone down really well. People like them. And I actually think they're reasonably priced. So I've sold it for £150. Evening, Bri. Yeah, Bri's right there. First of many commissions. It looks great. Maybe this is a good practice. This piece here is a good practice for this Viking-themed festival I'm doing. I'd not actually really thought about this. Maybe subconsciously, it was in the back of my mind. So I've officially had some paperwork through the post to do with the stone carving festival in Halifax in May. They've sent me some posters. I'm going to get them up on the wall in the workshop so everyone can see them. So anyone who's going, maybe we could meet up, have a coffee together, which would be quite exciting. And I'll have my new TheStoneRanger hoodie on by then, which is even more exciting. $290, yeah, $190 it works out at. I love the fact that on somebody put on my short when I was asking how much do they think I'm selling it for. They put that all the councils should get one, should buy one, which was great. The council should buy 14 or 13, did they say, and have them around the local council area of all different flowers and animals, which I thought was a great idea, actually. If the council want to pay me for that, but they don't have enough money, I'm sure. Bit of Derbyshire gritstone, nice. Well, it was nice to have you around, Brooke. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can come back and see you again. Enjoy Wales and enjoy your evening. Don't watch the rugby. I'm sure that Welsh team is actually Italy, just in disguise. Where did you get your Derbyshire gritstone from? Oh, I must not forget my cup of coffee. Don't forget to hit the like button. Bry's on there. That's why Bry's a moderator. He's on it. If we can get to that 20, that magical 20 tonight, would be amazing. So I'm hoping to have my pet memorial stones finished on Friday. They can be delivered. And then I've got a choice of to do the coffee company or the Highland Cow. The Highland Cow actually is really exciting, but so is the coffee company. I think the Highland Cow might be one of them ones where people might stop and just pay attention to the channel a little bit, because it's a universal finger Highland cow. They're a very cute. Became very popular as artwork, didn't he, a few years ago? That's a commission for a lady. So yeah, we're going to have to swap to the smaller hammer soon, I think. It feels a while since I've used it too much, but we'll see how it goes. So don't forget, at the top of the hour, we'll go for 8 o'clock. We have our slot where we talk about what we've all had for our tea. And mine is not exciting this week. Definitely not exciting. And then if there's still people around at 7:30 is a time where everybody gets the time to shout out their YouTube channel so everyone else can have a look at it. Oh, you got it from Stoke Hall, Stoke Stonework. Nice. Well, that's exciting. Using the same type of stone. What was the delivery price like? Should come to a deal with them so people who watch the channel get a discount if they buy a stone from there. That'd work quite nicely. So just off camera, just over here is the deer, which has been carved, ready to go tomorrow. It's all been polished and cleaned, a little chamfer put on there. A free sample. Hey, yeah, good idea. That is a good idea. That's really, I never thought of that actually. They are really nice people actually at Stoke Stonework. John, the lady on reception, I've been dealing with her recently because I've just bought a few £1,000s worth of stone for a job. Restoring a footpath next week actually. Right, let's have a look at this different hammer. Where are you? What's the first thing? It's not there. Where's my hammer? Somebody borrowed my hammer. Oh, hiding. There it is. So you can see this phone here is it's slipping, isn't it? It's not good, this stand. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take that out. Let's have a look here. See if we can make it a bit better. Try not to drop it. I dropped it many a times earlier. we've done a solid start there, nearly getting 10 likes. I'll tell you what else with for people who just tuning in. We've almost hit 10,000 subscribers. So we're 152 away at last count, which is really exciting. Hopefully this time next week we'll be about there. Maybe the Highland cow, if we do it next week, that'll be the one what tips it right over. I had a lot of messages in the week about doing jobs for them, going out on site and doing jobs and restoring bits and bobs. It's hard to say no. It's not my default setting to say no, but I've had to say no because it's not what I do full time anymore. But it's been nice to get lots of messages, people sending away on social media. Obviously, I get all their messages, what everybody gets. Do you want to higher up the rankings on this? And people sending me all sorts of bits to entice me in. But no, some nice messages from people. Lots of lovely comments about different pieces of work I've done where people have gone back and checked out the channel who are new to it. That's on here and TikTok as well. And Instagram, actually. The Facebook thing just really sits in the background, and so does the Instagram, but the Instagram has a bit more traction than the Facebook, so all of a sudden I feel like people are messaging me on there. But my main platform I work with is YouTube. Is anyone planning on going to the carving festival in Halifax? I know one of my friends is going. The guy who I go walling with in France, he'd be going. It'll be nice to see. They sent me the poster for it in the post today in a cardboard box so it didn't bend. £3, £3.75 the postage for a poster. I couldn't believe it. I sound like a Yorkshireman. What we got? Christine Harris will be there. Well, I'll look out for you. Evening, Connor. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I think it was you who first brought it to my attention. And then somebody's contacted me recently about it, which will be nice. I am looking forward to it. Not getting on with that hammer there. It's too light for that bit. It's scary to think how much I used to do with just that hammer. I must have been swinging it around like a madman. What's Connor been up to this week? So you did let me read that, you did a 6-week course before Christmas and now I'm a regular subscriber. You're enjoying it. What type of thing have you been carving? And where did you do your course? I've also had a leaflet about a course today. And I can't for the life of me think what it was called. So don't forget, if you're just tuning in, to hit the thumbs up button. We're going to try and make it to 20 if we can this evening. I know we have a few regulars who watch it back or watch part of it back and they'll come on and put us a thumbs up on there. So quite often if we're a couple short, we get there. So yeah, hit the thumbs up button. Let's try and get there. We're on double figures, which is nice. We're almost on double figures. And if you're just stumbling across the channel and you think, do you know, I want to have a go at that, you're in the right place. There's plenty of videos on the channel to have a look at. All sorts of bits about stonework, dry stone walling, stone carving, lettering, tools you'll need, discounts on tools if you fancy buying some, reviews on the cheapest tools if you fancy just trying your hand at it, see how you take to it before you invest any money into it. You can be up and running for less than £20. Or if you're stumbling across one of the projects we're working, I want to buy one of them, send me a message. I think you'd be surprised how cheap things are. A lady asked me on a message in the week, where does she buy bits from? Is there do I have a website? And I have to explain to her that we used to, but it'd just be too busy if we went live with that again, and it's not what we want. And she couldn't really get her head around it. Oh, that's when you're doing security lights and fencing. You know what that means? That means someone's getting ready. Spring is on its way. We'll be spending our evenings in the garden very soon. And that means I won't be carving as much live in the workshop. I'll be out in my garden building dry stone walls with you all. Obviously some workshop as well. There's always workshop work. But it'd be nice to get out and build a wall with you. It is nice, you know. We've got that bit of a feeling of spring and bit of sun coming through. And if it's right in what they say, it'll be 13 degrees tomorrow. It's just getting milder. Problem is that milder air generally brings that rain with it at the moment. But it is nice. The daffodils are coming up all over. Snowdrops are out. Bits of buds on the trees. Spring is on its way. Exciting. Starting to wonder if I should have gone for something a little bit more technical this evening. I wanted something very simple. I've had a busy old week at work. I've got a project behind me. I've spent a lot of time making a template for a Highland cab because I know I'm going to make a couple of them. So a lot of times went out. So I needed something just to carve, just quickly. And I found this piece of stone on the floor. I thought, let's put this on it. Let's do this. But maybe it's slightly too basic for a Wednesday night. But hopefully we'll be able to sell it at the end of it. If not, it'll be a piece I'll take to the festival. Hit that camera a couple of times tonight, haven't I? Did a course of West. Yeah, that's it. West Riding. That's the one someone told me about today. And you've done some roses. Sounds great. Yeah, somebody told me about the West Riding carving, who will be at the festival. How's my YouTube project for the park going? Well, I've been doing it all afternoon. So it's going all right. Well, I say it's going all right. So I've just sent my boss a video for tree planting. Sent it through to him for feedback. So it's meant to go originally to the leaders. So it's all people who run our volunteer program with us. So they get to watch them and they get tips and tricks and safety instructions on how to go about jobs. So I've done this tree planting one today, and he's decided, he says he's really happy with it. He's absolutely made up with it, actually. And he's decided it's not going to go to the 21 leaders. It's actually going to go to 1,400 volunteers this weekend, that video. So, and then he decided he's going to play it. We're having a leaders social. So there'll be a few hundred there. He decided he'll probably play it on the big screen. So I've asked him if he's going to do that, a bit of warning, so I can just go off and hide. Oh, look at that. This new stand is not the one. Right in my way. So yeah, I would say it's going well. I always want to improve. I always want to make them better and crisper and in areas. But he seems happy. So I can't ask for more than that, really. Brooke's back. Couldn't stay away. So I've got lots of other bits. So I've done a video on how to use a combi drill and an impact gun for the leaders, because take it for granted that everyone knows how to use them properly, but they don't. They're not all from a practical background. So I've made a video on that. I mean, if I was to buy some shares, working with the volunteers I work with, I'd be buying them in screwdriver bits, because we can seriously rattle through them. People just chew them up. They just but everything's on full speed and they just chew through them. It's unbelievable. And then put the broken ones back in the box. So I've done that. That one's gone down well. He's happy with that. I made a slight mistake because I had to pick up a carving off the floor and it said Huel on it. And there's obviously this brand there. So there's a slight mistake in that. So we can let it slide, but I've got to make sure I've not got the brand in the background, which is fair enough. I should have thought about it, really. And then I've done one about a saw, hand saw, how to cut straight, and then I've got chop saw, and I've got footage for chop saw, cordless router, cordless chop saw, circular saw, and that's all I filmed up to now. But I mean, there's going to be like 50 videos. Making good progress. He's happy. So it stands me in good stead for building my portfolio at the park. I've done a lot actually in the last 2 years with them, so I'll just keep building away. So if there's ever a chance for a promotion, which I'm not actually 100% sure I'd go for, I kind of like the idea of a promotion, but then at the same time I don't. I kind of like the idea of just staying where I am, a bit less stress. I love the idea of having a bit more time for my YouTube. So let's have a look. What part of the UK am I in? I'm in the Peak District in Derbyshire. So I've got 17 people watching. Out of you 17 people, how many can hit the thumbs up button for me? Just double tap on the screen. I'm trying to get to 20 likes this evening. So that would be amazing if you could help me out with that. If you want it to be super amazing, and hit the subscribe button. It's that'd be really, really helpful. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. It's a goal we've got, a family goal they've set me, and I'm on my way. I'm 152 short. Got plenty of time to do it. There's no actual time limit on it, but I'd like to get it out of the way at the beginning of the year and set off on a new target. So if you want to help me out and hit the subscribe button, that would be amazing. 2 more of you have hit the thumbs up button, which is great. And if you are new to the channel, there's lots and lots to look at and going on there. And we also have charity carvings, what we do every couple of months. So if there's a charity you want to shout out and you want me to consider doing a carving for them so we can raise some money, let me know. You can either put it in the comments or you can send me a private email. The email address is in the video description. You can send me a message on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. Or if you're interested in buying one of the carvings you see on the channel, I can always make another one, or some of them are actually up for sale. So this one's going up for sale. It's a very simple, basic carving, but we're only wanting simple, basic money for it. So it reflects on in the detail. This is what I call like a de-stress carving after a busy day. You can see me make good progress. You can see it come to life. Connor's on it with the email address. So that's the email address if you want to contact me directly. What time are we on? 10 to. Don't forget, at 8 o'clock, we always discuss what we've had for tea. I'm warning you now, mine is not exciting. It's not exciting at all. And if you are new to the channel and you have your own YouTube account, at 7:30, we always get people to stick in the comments their YouTube channel. You can put a little description about it, tell us what it's about, and then we'll all go off at some point and subscribe to it. So it's your chance to promote your channel. I did have a quick look at them boys fishing on a Friday night this week, which was good. 8:30, yeah, not 7:30. Yeah, 8:30, sorry. That's what time the channel promotion is, the last half an hour of the stream. Hopefully there'll be a see you later. You're off again. Hopefully we'll see you again. Come along and watch us carve some more stuff next time. The shadow lines are starting to come together a little bit this carving. I think I'm going to do half of it and then we can have it side by side to contrast. So we can see actually what it looks like when it's just marked on to what it looks like when it's carved. You go in 3 hours. Where are you going? Back home? "13 thumbs up." It's never comfortable when we sit on that 13. Someone's got to put us out of our misery. Where are you going? Are you going? Where's back home? Is that still in the UK? And how have you found Wales? What have you been up to while you've been in Wales? Talking of shopping, I'm going to buy a new pair of work jeans. Big old hole in them today. It's at 15. Wow. Thank you all for that. So have we got any Nordic Viking fans who were in the chat? Could do with a Viking name for this guy. Oops. I don't know many Viking names, only the ones what I've seen on the TV shows. Friday night fishing. It's been good. It's been a good day actually. Yeah, lots of filming for work, lots of editing, tree planting, prepping. It'd be even better if I was going fishing. How about you? Good day? Oh, there we go. Your son's called Odin. Nice. That is a cool name. That is a very cool name, actually. So, can you think of a name for this guy? do with a pencil. Where are you going fishing this Friday? Viking guy. That's his name. We'll just call him Viking guy. Oops. Did any of you watch the Viking TV show? The Ragnar Lothbrok and Bjorn Ironside and Freydis. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. And then there was a bit of a different one which came out, which was not as good, but it was still enjoyable. Trying to match it up. Can't. Just keep going. Oh, well. Sorry about that. Hopefully it was a good send-off, decent turnout. Not what you want to be doing on your Wednesday. Yeah, that is, yeah, day off work tomorrow is a bit better. No, it's never good going to a funeral. I once went to a funeral, there was 3 people there. That was a tough one. Fishing. Do like a bit of fishing, and that's another thing with spring. I know you guys are fishing on a Friday anyway, whatever the weather. I like the idea. When I think of fish, I like the idea of sun on my back. Got to keep on top of your skincare. I don't have a daily skincare routine myself, but never say never. Maybe I will one day. Someone did tell me I was looking youthful the other day. I think it's because I've taken up swimming and it's all the chlorine drying my skin out. A Viking found in your city. Now, this is just a generic Viking logo, so I'm working on quite. Oh, you hear my voice? I'm working on quite a big piece, getting it ready to carve live with you guys, which is a Highland cow. So it's taking a lot of prep, and then I'm also working on a couple of carvings which are pet memorials, which I've done on the channel a few times, so I didn't think you'd want to see them again. So they're on my workbench behind me. You never know, they might sneak onto the channel at some point. And then, so I just needed something simple for tonight, like a de-stress carving, following on from the same thing as the deer. Something I can just sell at the end, just for a little bit of money to put back into the YouTube account, say, so you can invest it back into the workshop and equipment. And I thought, well, maybe I'll be able to sell this for maybe 20, 25, 20 quid at the end of it. So I very nearly went fishing myself on Monday. The sun was out. I had a day off. My wife had gone down south. And I thought, oh, I've got an hour or two here. I could go swimming. And I went to the opticians. And I came back and I thought, there's an opportunity here. And I went to see my new neighbours, who I've only met once before since I moved in, to ask them some information locally. And I got talking to them for a while. And before I knew it, my opportunity had gone. But it was there. It was in my brain. I live across the road from a fishing pond. It's a very private fishing pond as well. There is a few members of it, but I've only ever seen one other person on it, and I fished it for a lot last year. So it's I would have been on my own. It's teeming with lovely roach. A few tench, few carp, some crucians. Never seen one as yet, but lots of good roach, perch, lots and lots of good roach. So it's 8 o'clock. Everyone tell me what you've had for tea. This is the part, if you're new to the channel, this is the part of the channel where everyone tells us what they've eaten today. Don't have to be today. Could have been yesterday. So I'm going to start it off. Mine is so boring. I've had nothing. I've been busy and I've not actually had any food yet. So I quickly ate some sea salt and black pepper crackers with some cheese before I came to YouTube. So that is a real disappointing meal to share with you all. Maybe I'll get some inspiration from you for when I go in and eat, but it's going to be like 9 o'clock, 9:15 by the time I get in, and then I've got to cook something. So it's my wife did offer, but I said, oh, I'll fend for myself. So I'm really sorry to let you all down with nothing exciting to add to the chat this evening about what I've eaten. I did have a steak on Monday night, which was beautiful. Just me and my son, like I said. The wife wasn't here. Everyone else was off doing what they were doing. And it was just me and my youngest son, so we had a steak. Decent steak. Sirloin, nice, medium rare. Decent salad, some gastro chips, decent salad, homemade dressing, coleslaw, some garlic butter. So I was happy with that. But tonight, not so much, not good. So I had pancakes. Brooks had pancakes and stubbed the toe. Six-shot mocha. Is that serious? Bacon sausage baguette with brown sauce. Oof, yes, that's a bit of me. Six-shot mocha. God, I'd be twitching. Absolutely twitching. The come down off of that must be horrendous. God, my heart. I think my heart would actually pack in. My wife's would. She has decaf because she has a dodgy ticker. That's unbelievable. Do like pancakes, do like a bacon sandwich. Wonder if how many courses Bry's had. Bry's normally pretty good. Bry's wife cooks for him pretty well on a Wednesday night. He comes on and says, I've had a cottage pie. What did he have last week? He had a Mexican dish. I'm sure he did. We had chili con carne, and then we had a Mexican dish from somebody else. I'm thinking Bry followed up with bread and butter pudding. Always eats well. I mean, Connor had chili con carne, actually. Simple pizza here, meat feast. Yeah, can't go wrong. Wow, 10 years you've been doing that for your breakfast. Wow. I'm impressed. I've never been to Italy. I've been to France, and I like coffee in France. What's Bry had? Well, I mean, steak pie is pretty good. I'll take a steak pie. Yeah, so I've stopped talking. I'm thinking about food. It does sound awesome. Sounds better than my sea salt and black pepper crackers. To be honest with you, the meat feast sounds appealing. I think I might have one of them in the freezer. That might be what I'm going to have when I get in, or when I walk across the drive after this. It's a bit late to be eating it. I don't like doing that. I'll have to do extra lengths at the pool in the morning to compensate. What will my last meal be? We had this last week. Someone asked us that last week. I forget his name, the new guy. The new subscriber asked us for what it was last week. So I was something like, trying to remember, it was Alaskan king crab, garlic butter, some dips to go with it, left on the table once I've moved on to my main so I can go back to it. And then steak. And I couldn't make my mind up what I was finishing with, but it was something like something homely and traditional. What about yourself? If you weren't here last week to see, what about yourself? Yeah, I'd love to go to Italy. Only 3 more needed. You're right there, Brian. Only 3 more needed to hit the 20 people hitting the thumbs up. So if you haven't done it, double tap the screen now. I quite like this. I know it's a very simple carving, this, and it is very, very simple. We're just doing lines. It's a great practice piece for anyone who's wanting to take up stone carving. I did read something earlier about stone carving now. What got you into stone carving? Okay, that was it. I quite like this contrast. So you can see it coming to life a little bit as I'm working my way across half and half. So I think it's quite nice. Hopefully a few of you will see it. So if you're just tuning into the channel, double tap your screen now. If you're on your computer, hit the like button. We're trying to get to 20 thumbs up. Any more is a Brucey bonus. So what got me into stone carving? It's I was a dry stone. I've told this story a lot of times on this channel, so if you've heard it, please bear with me. So for the new people and for fishing on a Friday night, so I was dry stone walling. I'd become a dry stone waller. I was a miner, worked on the estates team, and got the opportunity to go on a dry stone walling course, paid for by the company. Turns out I was actually quite good at it, or it became quite simple to me. I'm sure it's because I'm dyslexic and it's shapes and patterns. So I went off and did it for myself. The company I was working for, they weren't bad, but they had a reputation for changing a little bit. It wasn't really what I wanted to do. So I went off and did it for myself, which was a great career move, actually. So now I'm here with you guys. So I was building this wall for this family. And when you're building a dry stone wall, you don't get paid until you've got the copings on and it's all finished. And I was young. So in hindsight, I probably could have asked them if I could have been paid early. But they asked me to stop so they could put a house sign in the wall. And I just kind of panicked, thinking, oh no, I'm not going to get paid. And I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to show weakness at that time in my life when I thought you had to just be brave and you couldn't show them that you had no money and I had a young family and I needed to get paid. So I told them, I asked them if I could carve the house sign so it didn't delay it. So I did, went off, I carved this house sign and they loved it. It wasn't my best work and I look back now and probably cringe a little bit about it, but they were really happy. And then their next door neighbour wanted one and I carved theirs. And then a little bit of time went by and some people had mentioned it to me, these carvings and bits and bobs. And then all of a sudden, the driving instructor had passed away and the family contacted me and asked me if I'd carve his headstone, which was a real honour, really, for being so new to it. And I said, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. So we did it. And they absolutely loved it. It's there now in the yard, in the churchyard. It looks great. It's weathered in great. And at that point, I thought, well, I'm dry stone walling every day, working with stone. I wonder if I can do both and kind of transition more into carving and be a letterist. So I did. I started this secondary business with one single building, one saw, which was a very cheap, off-the-shelf B&Q saw, very little money, very little equipment, and very little knowledge to it. Bought some chisels, and a few people started asking me for more and more carvings. So then a second building came in. A first building came to a second building, then a third, and then a fourth, and then we got a forklift, and then we got a yard full of stone, and we had thousands of pounds worth of stone. Then we put an extension on, and then there was 4 of us working there. Then we had this new website, and then the American market went a bit crazy. And then with stone carving, it's never been better for business. Business was booming. People want stuff all the time, every day. We're shipping it around the world. And I decided at that point, this is stressful. I've done what I want to do with this. I like carving. I don't want the stress. I'm not that bothered about all that horribleness what comes with being self-employed and not seeing my family and the worry at times and get people, even though they'll say they'll wait for a project to be done, they wait. You'll say it'll be 6 months, 3 months go by, they ring you up and see where it is. And you're like, well, it should have been half the time. All them bits what went with it, and I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. So sold up. Told everyone I was going to be a park ranger. Didn't realise actually until I look back at that again, you can't just go and be a park ranger. Turns out you can. You just got to be in the right place at the right time. So I went off volunteering, and before I knew it, I'd been offered a job. And then now I teach stonework with the national park. I help run the volunteer program at the national park. Me and a couple of others. 20 leaders I look after. And I do this on the side. And now this is just what I do as a bit of a side hobby. I like the idea of growing it in a different way to what it used to be. I don't want it to be a business. I like the idea it's just something I can do on the side, but I do like the idea of it generating a little bit more of an income for me, something I could fall back on if needed to, because lots of national parks have got no money, the government funded, so there could be redundancies at any point really, so it's always my backup plan. And if I can get companies involved, maybe sponsor the channel or want to have bits done, that is the backup plan. So yeah, that's basically it. Gotta go. Well, thanks for tuning in, Connor. Always nice to see your name in the chat. Do I watch Squid Games? I watched the first one, not the second one. Brooke says bye. Have a good one, Connor. So hopefully fishing on a Friday night, that answers your question really. I just enjoy stone carving. I don't have that much ambition to make money with it. That's why I like just carving what I want to carve. The minute you start putting loads of pressure, like it used to be with a business, and there'll be a 2-year waiting list. And it was the same with the walling. There'd be like a 2.5-year waiting list on my dry stone walling projects because it was so busy. So it's I like just being able to carve or just being able to build a wall. It's nice, and by doing it on YouTube, it's done in a different way. I like helping people as well. I get a lot of messages from people who are struggling with their mental health at times, and they come across the channel. They find it quite therapeutic to watch. They find me quite a down-to-earth person, so they can sit and watch. Some people sit in the background on the chat and don't really say much. Then they'll send me a private message. I've had a few people who have been in some real dark places and then decided to have a go at stone carving and then send me a message saying, actually, I've been stone carving. It's a time I find a real bit of peace in my life when I'm carving after watching your videos, and you just want to say thank you. I really enjoy that about it. I enjoy doing charity pieces to sell, but like everyone, every now and again you need a bit of money, so I'll have to do a few commissions to top the wages up. Life's expensive. Yeah, that's a good idea. Make sure you've got signal first. So if you can double tap the screen, give me a like. That'd be amazing. If you want to be super amazing and super impressive, hit the subscribe button. So what time are we on? So if you're new to the channel, there's 10 of you watching right now. I think there's 10, maybe 11. And you want to promote your channel in 10 minutes time at 8:30, we always let people promote their channel in the chat. Sometimes we get no people doing it. Sometimes we get loads. If you've done it before, do it again. You don't know who's watching at that moment. So yeah, 8:30 is your chance to put in the chat what you do. The guy last week was can anyone remember the guy last week who did the gaming, who subscribed and promoted his channel? I forget what he's called. Approval. That's what we want. If you approve, hit the like button. Oh, I forgot we got a tip last week. I forgot that we got a £10 tip. That was super exciting. I don't know how I forgot that. I basically skipped back to the house to tell my wife. I did that really annoying thing where I start telling her all about something while the kettle's boiling. And she's like, I can't hear. And I'm like, because I'm so excited. Probably like I've had 6 shots in a mocha. She got really annoyed with me. My wife's like, the Hulk, because she's secretly always slightly annoyed with me for something. We're about halfway. What do we think? Coming along. Simple but effective. Someone once said that about me. Do you know, I did an absolute clanger at work. I sent an email round to over 1,400 people with a massive spelling mistake in it. It even went to the CEO of the Peak District National Park. So that wasn't my finest move, actually, really. I mean, they'll be all right about it, but still, quite embarrassing. Oh, come on. We've done so well recently. Not hitting the not in the camera. It's looking good, happy. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I think it's looking all right. It's like I say, it's not the most detailed carving in the world. Sometimes you just want to carve, and it's just one of them pieces. We must have some Viking fans out there. I'll put it on the socials. 25 quid, and it's theirs. It's got to be worth 25 quid. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's worth 25 quid? It is a solid piece of stone, I suppose, at the end of the day. There's proof that we've carved it live. You've just prompted me to sharpen my chisel. Sometimes I'm really on it, sharpening a lot. Other times I'm just carving away. So I'm going to have to try and move you slightly, so bear with me here. Because it's like we've already discovered, this is not the best new stand I bought in the world. You can see the deer in the background now. Oops. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah, that stand's going in the bin. Well, it's not going in the bin. Probably a bit dramatic. It's going to get used for something else. Just can't. It just doesn't bend. Very rigid. So yeah, if you are just tuning in, it's always as professional as this. This is actually probably as professional as it ever gets. I don't want to fib to you. I can't even say this is a particularly bad night for it. It's always like this. I mean, last week no one could put anything in the comments because I'd put that the video was made for kids. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. He was a nice guy. He was the one playing the horror games. Yeah, he came across as a decent guy. I wonder if we'll make it to the 20. It's going to be tight, isn't it? Not sure if Ryan's still watching, but I'd like to know his opinion on, or all of you really. But I know Ryan likes boxing. We've chatted about boxing before. I wondered who he's got his money on this weekend. It's a really good card. Yeah, I was going to ask that actually. Friday night, he's still planning on setting up the channel, but I didn't want to ask because obviously you've hurt your back, so I thought you'd be a bit laid up. So you'd be surprised on how many people watch this back. Actually, do you know how many people go on and rewatch the live and send me messages and comments? So when you're gonna, in 5 or so minutes, when you're all gonna promote your channel, if you want to, don't think, oh, there's hardly anyone watching, I'm not going to bother this week, so I did it last week. Still do it because people jump on, watch it back. It's only takes that one person to see it, and they might be the one that you need. So make sure, write a little bit of something of what you do and stick a link into your channel or just the name of your channel. I know we can click on your name to do it. So yeah, it's a good opportunity. So nothing might come of it tonight, but someone else might watch it tomorrow or in 12 months' time. You never know. I've got a friend who writes reviews on all sorts of bits and bobs he can. Stuff he's done, obviously. He doesn't make it up. But he always puts a link to his website in the review to say, oh, this is such and such. Because he just thinks you never know who it is who's stumbling across it in the future. And that YouTube algorithm or that Google algorithm, whatever the platform is he's using to promote it, likes the fact that you get links from different areas. So I thought that was quite clever of him. So he writes reviews on absolutely everything and links his website. Oh, that sounds nice, a jewellery box. Well, I'm definitely going to subscribe. So we're stuck on 17. You know, it's weird because on my phone it says 16, and then the one I watch it play through it says 17. I was going to try it and post it by Tuesday. Thanks again for the CapCut suggestion. CapCut, you're right, it's very friendly, very easy, simple, works great. So yeah, anyone who wants to promote the channel, stick it in the chat. It's like I say, don't worry that there's not many people here now, or if you're just stumbling across, stick it in there. It can be gaming, fishing, knife making, joinery, stonemasonry, anything you like, or just talking. We have a couple of guys who do porch chat. They do deep south porch chat is a way we could describe it. So if you want to promote your channel, now is the time to do it. People, go over, subscribe to it, and I'll go back and watch through this and then go over to subscribe for it. Sometimes it can take me a couple of days to go back, but I always will. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, Murray. Where have I missed this here? Where? Oh, yeah. Oh, Murray. So the stone is Derbyshire Gritstone, like Brian says. It's reclaimed. Okay, so it's Derbyshire Gritstone. If you want to have a go, you're in the right place because there is loads of videos on the channel. So have a look round. Hit the subscribe button first, most important bit, and then help us on our way to 10,000. Then have a look round, and you'll see lots of videos of how to have a go at this, simple techniques, tools you're going to need, cheapest tools you're going to need, all different bits you can do in the garden with stone. So carving your own house sign, dry stone walling, more detailed stuff, simple stuff like we're doing now. We can carve live every Wednesday, so if you ever have any questions, you can drop it in the chat or you can message me directly and I'll do my best to answer it. Yeah, sorry I missed that. That was snuck through. 18 thumbs up, 2 to go. I'm gutted my coffee's run out behind me. I could just go for that now. On the Isle of Wight. I do like this fishing one. It's do you know the surprising amount of people what subscribe to the channel? Do you know when you see their logo and it's them holding a fish? 20 thumbs up, 21 thumbs up. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So if you're just tuning in, stick a link to your YouTube channel in there. Tell us what it's all about. We'll go over. Friday Night Fishing's done it. So if you're not already signed up to Friday Night Fishing, get over there now. Sign up. Be a subscriber. You want to promote yours? Now is your opportunity. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button, everybody. That is exciting. So I'm really excited to see my new logos and stuff for my hoodies. I'm really excited for that. I'm really hoping it's, well, it will be. We had a chat about it, but I'm just looking forward to going to the festival, the carving festival. It'd be nice if I'm wearing a TheStoneRanger hoodie. So if anyone is there who's from this channel, who's watchers, they'll be able to say hello. And they'll go up for sale. It's you'll be able to buy them. If the channel keeps growing, you never know, we might sell a little bit of merch one day. Not that to make money out of, just because it'll be cool to see people wearing a TheStoneRanger hoodie. Type of thing you'll see in Oxfam in about 5 years' time for £2.50. I take that. Oops. Oh, I am cold. This workshop is cold tonight. I know the log boiler's roaring in the house as well. Some weird fish. Is that some of the rays you were catching with a weird fish? What type of fish are you having in Alaska? You're out fishing. What you catching? And what were you catching last week? Or what are you hoping to catch this week? So I've got a fishing trip booked on the River Trent on the 5th of March, and I'm hoping for barbel. Might be a bit cold, but I'm hoping there might be a barbel about. Take some bream, some chublets. I've not seen that. Was it like a conger eel or something? Landlocked salmon, yeah. I was going to say salmon. Ice fishing is on my bucket list. I don't have many things on my bucket list, but ice fishing is on there. I've got 2 things on my bucket list. I'd like to go ice fishing, and I'd like to write a book to encourage other people who are dyslexic that it's not a negative and how to embrace it, and it can be a superpower. It's and just because the rest of the world don't always see dyslexia as a positive, and you look at it in a different way, you're just looking at things in a different way, and it can be used as a positive. Our society sees it as a negative, and it shouldn't be, especially not nowadays. There's a lot of problems in the world, and I think by looking at the world slightly different, if everyone's looking at the world at 12 o'clock, I would say, especially myself being dyslexic, probably looking at it like 25 to 1 maybe, and I think it'd be you never know, we might be able to come up with some of these solutions to these problems in the world by just looking at it in a different way, from a different point of view and a different angle. And I think they should encourage more people. I think companies should take on people with dyslexia, because I think they can bring a lot to a company. And that's one of my bucket list things. And ice fishing. Ice fishing just looks great. And I've had this ambition since I watched that film Grumpy Old Men when I was a kid, and they were ice fishing on there. really want to ice fish. I do love a grayling. A grayling is a beautiful fish. The lady of the stream. Great time for catching a grayling actually at the minute, because it's the river season is open, and they love a crisp, frosty morning. Yeah, I can imagine it gets a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, when it starts making noises. Do you take the kids out ice fishing with you? Does Odin go ice fishing? So I've taken all of my kids fishing at different points. None of them have really taken to it too much, but I think that's probably partly to do with me. I think they possibly would have taken to it more if I'd persevered with it. But you know, when you've got to spend that time teaching them, and you kind of want to fish, and you think, oh, I'm not taking them this week. So it's partly my fault, but none of them have really pressed to go fishing. See, when I was a kid, once I'd started, I just wanted to go fishing all the time. I work with one of the guys now as a ranger who used to tell me off for poaching when I was a kid, which is don't encourage poaching. He says he never really caught us. We always got away, but he claims now that he knew we were there, but he turned a blind eye to it because he knew we were doing good, rather than we weren't taking the fish. We were just catching them, looking at them, putting them back. And because we were fishermen rather than poachers, he knew we had fish welfare at heart. That's what he claims. I just think he was terrible at catching us. Sharpen that chisel. This chisel is from, so it's called, wait a minute, let me start again here. It's from a company called Southern Stone Limited, and it's classed as a lettering chisel and like a pencil chisel, so it's nice and slim. It's very small. I'm actually probably using one slightly too small for this, but I've started with it and I've carried on. Actually, this 6mm is the better one. So they're Italian tipped. I'll sharpen them both up while I'm here. Italian tungsten, sorry. They're shipped into a British company, and then I buy them from them. feet are freezing. So next week, I know I said it this last week about this week, but I'm reckoning we're going to be really close to our target this time next week. So I'm going to bring over the live counter to see if we can hit it live on YouTube, which will be nice. Will I texture the beard? No, probably not actually on this one. I'm just going to leave it very simple. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I'm going to try and sell it for like £20–25. The more time I spend on it, the more I've got to sell it for. So if it's taking me 2 hours, and that's not 2 solid hours, I was late starting, and also I'm chatting in between. So I work on the basis if I can get like £12.50 for it an hour at a time. I'm happy with that. It's only a hobby, really. It's about minimum wage, is that now? In the UK? Ooh. So I'm sure when I go to this Viking-themed festival to do some stone carving, I'm sure we're going to be doing stuff like this, letting people have a go at carving. £12.22 is going to be the new minimum wage. Well, we're working for about just above minimum wage then. But I suppose by the time you've got the piece of stone cut, you're probably working for less than minimum wage. That's if I can sell it. I might not be able to sell it. And then we're definitely working below minimum wage. But we'll have a go. Maybe when it's finished, I'll do a little promo video. Anyone want to buy this? Like I could do it like a market stall holder. Come and get your stone carvings. There's a man does the local market to me, and he sells strawberries in a bowl. He's not there at the minute, or he's there, but he's not selling strawberries, and he's not going for it. But when it's open, it's hilarious to watch. I don't buy the strawberries. I'm just fascinated to hear him going for it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's like a real art, you know, like being a market stall holder and selling things and having that patter to talk and really go for it and shout and the way you do it. A bit like someone who's an auctioneer. It's a real skill that I love listening to people do that. This time next year, I will be a millionaire. Like Del Boy used to say to Rodney. We just need to find a pocket watch. This time next year, I'll still be carving, saying, we're so close to getting to our 10,000 subscriber total. Maybe next week's the week. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. We're aiming for 20 likes. Maybe you'll be fishing on a Saturday night and a Friday night. That'd be exciting. I know when spring comes around, Thursday night is my fishing night. So next week is Highland Cow. Well, it's meant to be Highland Cow. I'm putting a lot of work into it. And I'm dead excited to carve this Highland Cow. And I think you're all going to love it. If you like this deer, I think you're going to really like the Highland Cow. It's looking great. There's a lot of detail in it. A lot of carving. It's going to be a beautiful piece when it's done. So yeah, hopefully a few of you will be around next week. I really do appreciate you tuning in, getting involved in the comments. I know it's not the most riveting piece of YouTube in the world, but yeah, I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping to be able to spend a bit of time now I've unpacked and to go and look at some of your channels and spend a bit of time returning the favour. I'm off this Friday. I'm off from work. Only Friday. I'm back on Saturday. But might means I'll get my jobs done what I need to early. I might be able to come and watch a bit of fishing. What time are you live? And I'm really looking forward to this jewellery box. Twenty-two thumbs up. Snuck another one in there before we go at 9 o'clock. Fishing seems to do really well on YouTube. People seem to really enjoy fishing videos, I've noticed. So when I go fishing on the Norfolk Broads, I was really tempted to try and have a channel to stream the whole week, really. So, or set time through the week, so it's just in the background as I'm fishing away, which I think would be nice. I need a hell of a amount of well, I suppose the Wi-Fi works there. I need a good power bank for my phone. Oh no, you don't do live. Yeah, I remember now. Sorry, you don't do live yet this time. Yeah, you don't do live. So do you film them and edit them all on you film them on a Friday night and then you post the video? What, following day? That night? I think you should do live. I think you should go for it. So I was very nervous about doing the lives when I first started them last January, and I just went for it. And it's I'm still going for it. I think something like that works really well. So is the channel already set up? Have you set up the channel, or is it does it need to, or are you in the process of setting it up? I'll definitely watch. I'm sorry if you've already answered this question, because it's not always easy to say. I miss some of the comments. Oh, that's the channel. Wow. Okay. So that's the one I'm going to we're going to subscribe to. Ooh, 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 ooh. Tap, tap, tap. Tap the screen. You know, I'm obviously going to say bye to you all very shortly, but a Wednesday night soon comes round. I don't know if you find that with your fishing trips on a Friday. You kind of blink and you're back at it. It's quite scary at times. So if I'd have started on time, I'd be finished. I'd be finishing bang on time. It wasn't my fault I didn't start on time. It was YouTube, as I put all the description. It's done it a few times. Filled all the description in, all the bits and bobs, and then it crashes on me, and then I have to go back, start again. It's a bit of a pain. I suppose I should have anticipated that. I'll be drinking mead from one of these horns at the festival. This stand's going to have to go. It's driving me absolutely mad. I keep hitting it all the time. You have to get a new one again. And I thought I'd got a good one as well. Where's the best place to buy stone from? Again, well, first of all, thanks for tuning in, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the comments again next week. Hope you've enjoyed the kit. The best place to get some stone from as a beginner, that question gets asked a lot, and it depends where you are in the country. Reclamation yards are good. Even garden centres are good to start with. You can buy a little bit online. There is quarries out there which will sell you some and ship it out. Like we had a guy on earlier who's a channel member called Ryan. Oh, come on, that's shocking. Ryan, he got a sample piece sent to him, which worked out great for him. So you could do that. Yeah, all depends on where you are in the country. Unfortunately, terrible timing because I'm just about to finish, but oh, that stand is really, really in the way now. So I'm just about to finish. You live in Ireland, so I had to pay a lot. So, oh, from Southern Stone. Did you use the discount code from Southern Stone you get on the channel? So if you did, brilliant. If you didn't, go back and watch my video, which will give you a discount code for buying stuff from Southern Stone. They will sell you a bit of stone, but I would just go to a local reclamation yard in Ireland, a local quarry. There's some beautiful stone in Ireland, and see what you can find to start with and go from there. If you're really, really struggling, let me turn this round so you can see me. So if you're really, really struggling for stone or something to carve on, you can, I've done an actual video where you can make a bit of a mortar mix up. You can buy like a pre-mixed tarmac, Breeden style cement from your local hardware shop, make a frame up, pour it in there, let it set for a few days, then practice carving on there. That works really well. So you didn't get to use the discount code because you didn't know about it, but next time you do, hopefully that'll offset the custom prices if you get a bit of a discount on that, which will be great. And they're great tools. You'll enjoy using them, and they will last you a lifetime if you look after them. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next week in the comments. What have we got? It's been a good night, everyone. Hope to see you all next one. Yep, hopefully you will. Hopefully see you all next week. Hopefully we'll be watching you live very soon on the Friday night fishing. Hopefully we'll be watching a jewellery box being made very soon. Thank you, Bri, and thank you, Connor, for moderating the channel as always. I'm going to go and have some food. I'm freezing and starving, so I think Connor's inspired me to have a meat feast pizza. See you all soon. See you next week.